30 days, one meal a day, no snacks, no second plate, nothing after 6 p.m. I'm 61 years old, and I decided to run this experiment on myself. Not because it's trendy, but because I kept seeing research on fasting in older adults that most people my age have never heard about. By day 12, something happened that I did not expect. My afternoon energy crash, the one I'd had for probably 15 years, it just stopped showing up. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what happened to my blood sugar, my joints, and even my balance, and whether this is something you should try or something you should stay far away from. Here's the thing nobody tells you after 60. Your body's relationship with food quietly changes, and most of us never get the memo. Insulin sensitivity, that's how efficiently your body uses the sugar from food, drops by roughly 20 to 30% between your 40s and your 60s, according to research tracked by the National Institute on Aging. That's not a small shift. That's your body working harder for the same plate of food. And here's a question for you. Have you noticed you feel groggier after meals than you did 10 years ago? That's not just getting older. That's a specific measurable change. And it's exactly why I wanted to test what happens when you give that system a longer break between meals. Now, before I go further, I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. I'm someone who reads a lot of nutrition research and decided to test it on myself, on camera, so you don't have to guess what it's like. What I'm about to share comes from real peer-reviewed studies, I'll name them as we go, combined with my own 30-day log of blood sugar readings, energy levels, and how my joints felt each morning. If you're on medication for diabetes or blood pressure, what I did in this video is not something to copy without talking to your doctor first. Fasting changes how your body processes medication, and that's not something to experiment with alone. So what actually happens in your body when you eat once a day instead of 3 times a day? Think of your body like a car that's always idling. Every time you eat, your body burns through the fuel that's easiest to grab first, sugar from your bloodstream, called glucose. When you eat 3 or 4 times a day, your body almost never runs out of that easy fuel, so it never switches over to burning stored fat. After about 12 to 16 hours without food, your glucose stores, called glycogen, which is just sugar stored in your liver and muscles like a savings account, start running low. That's when your body shifts to burning fat for energy instead. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2019 tracked this exact shift and found that after roughly 16 hours of fasting, a process called autophagy increases. That's your cells doing spring cleaning, clearing out old, damaged proteins, especially in the liver, muscles, and brain. Here's the number that surprised me most. By day 4 of my experiment, my fasting blood sugar reading dropped from 106 to 94, a 12-point drop in less than a week. Let me walk you through what actually happened week by week. Days 1 through 3 were rough. I had a headache on day 2 that lasted about 4 hours, and I was hungry by 3 p.m. every single day. That's normal. Your body's still burning through its sugar reserves and hasn't adapted yet. By days 4 through 7, something shifted. My hunger between meals dropped noticeably, I'd say by about 60% compared to day 1. My body was starting to run more efficiently on stored fat. Week 2 is when I noticed the biggest change. My 3 p.m. energy crash, the one I mentioned at the start, disappeared almost completely by day 12. By day 20, my resting heart rate had dropped by 4 beats per minute, and my joints, especially my knees, felt noticeably less stiff in the mornings. I want to be careful here. I can't prove that's from the fasting alone, but it lines up with research on inflammation markers dropping during extended fasting windows. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you. This won't work for everyone. If you're a postmenopausal woman, some research suggests 1 meal a day eating can actually disrupt hormone balance rather than help it. This isn't something to do if you're underweight, recovering from illness, or on medication that requires food. And I'll be honest, the first week is genuinely uncomfortable. This isn't a cure for anything, and it's not a shortcut. It's a tool, and like any tool, it's not right for every job. But here's what the evidence does show. For healthy older adults without those specific risk factors, extended eating windows have been linked in multiple studies to improved blood sugar control and modest reductions in inflammation markers. So, if you want to test whether this could work for your body without jumping straight to one meal a day, here's exactly what I'd suggest. Start with a 12-hour eating window for 7 days. That means if you finish dinner at 7 p.m., you don't eat again until 7 a.m. That's it. No calorie counting, no meal changes, just a consistent 12-hour gap. On day 7, check 2 things. First, how you feel around 3 p.m. Write down a number from 1 to 10 for your energy level. Second, if you have a home blood pressure or blood sugar monitor, take a reading first thing in the morning before eating anything. If your energy number improves by 2 points or more, and your morning readings are stable or improved, that's a sign your body is responding well, and you could consider slowly extending the window from there, always with your doctor in the loop if you're on any medication. You now know something that most people, including many healthcare providers, don't fully understand. You know that after roughly 12 to 16 hours without food, your body shifts from burning sugar to burning stored fat. You know that this shift is linked to a cellular cleanup process called autophagy. And you know that the first week is the hardest part, but for many healthy older adults, the changes on the other side, steadier energy, better blood sugar readings, can be real and measurable. Most importantly, you now have the knowledge to start with something as simple as a 12-hour window and track your own numbers instead of guessing. Your body is not working against you. It is trying to protect you. Once you understand that, everything changes. Because now you're not fighting your body, you're finally working with it. In my next video, I'm going to cover the 5 foods that support healthy blood sugar after 60, and the 3 healthy foods that quietly spike it more than a candy bar that most seniors don't realize. If this information helped you, please share it with someone you love who is over 60, and subscribe to this channel, because my mission is bringing you research-based senior health information that is practical, honest, and potentially life-changing. I'll see you in the next one.